Welcome to Daybreak, where ideas unite and creativity takes flight. Join us as we ascend to the forefront of innovation, where sparks of creativity illuminate the skies. Now, let's hand over the controls to your hosts Christel and Hendo as they dive into today's captivating discussions.
Hi.
Hi, I had to unmute.
Always. How you doing?
Hello. Good. How are you? Good to
Good, thank
see
you.
you.
Episode 9.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if this was 9 or 10, so I always have to go back
Yeah, I've
and
got to check.
look at. I'm glad your post has it. I had to go cheat and be like, which episode are we in? Because we've got.
I had to go back. I had to go and check last week's post just to make sure I wasn't doubling up again. But the two shows are kind of catching up. It's like Get AI Creators out in front with 2 extra episodes, and we're sort of slowly catching up. So if we slow this one down and then speed this one up, we can have them neck and neck to save us a load of hassle.
Well, and it's good because we get out our AI excitement and catch up on Tuesday, right? Because it's all Get AI Creative, and we're there with Alex Northstar, who's amazing.
Love Alex.
He always brings us the alpha. He's like AI alpha for me. You know, if I want to know what's going on and the latest, that's what I love about it. I can just go to his profile or your profile, and I know I'll be caught up. And then we come in here the next day, Wednesday, and we're still off of that. You know, we're still riding that fun AI wave. Voice. We learned about Voice Live.
That was cool. Did you play with it last night? Did you have a go?
I did, and I didn't get the email. They said that they would send an email to the people that, you know, the first group of the users. However, I still feel like the first time I did it and I was inside of a custom GPT, that one felt so different than the other one. So I want to go back still.
Okay, because the voice, the voice, when you tested it yesterday on the other show, the voice sounded different.
It did.
I've seen some posts today of people asking for storytelling. There was a guy did one in Spanish, but had lots of sort of vocal changes throughout the story to really enhance the actual storytelling. Unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish, so I wasn't able to really sit through the experience.
Was saying, is this the new voice? And I want to say she because it's a woman's voice, but said, yes, it is, right? So here's what I did learn is that this voice will say it's the new voice regardless of it's the new voice or not, because I kept prompting and said, well, how can I confirm, you know? And then I said, can you confirm for me? Give me confirmation. And then I broke her down. I got her to be honest, and she was
chipping away. Are you the new voice? Yes. Are you the new voice? No, I'm actually not.
She got to be agnostic. She was like, I don't know. Listen, stop asking me. I don't know if I'm the new. Go test it out. She's like, go to OpenAI. No, she didn't say check your email, but it was funny. And I was like, okay, I don't think you're the new voice.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here we are. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It is Daybreak, episode 9. How about that? 1% better every episode. We're getting there. 9%.
We already have people in the chat. Josh is here. Let's go. Good afternoon. Vladimir. Vladimir, been here from the beginning. Episode 0, pilot episode. So good to have you. Cordell is here. Slay, yes. I love that. And we also already have friends with us in the studio. So if any of our friends want to join backstage, we will bring you on in a little bit. We've got some wonderful friends joining us. So how has your week been, Hendo?
It's been good.
People listening, let us know. How's your week been?
Yeah, mine's been good. But we want to know about your week. How is everybody else doing? Because we talk all the time. You know how we are.
Have you all tried voice? I want to know, did anyone here, we've got a few people watching at this point, has anyone here gotten that email that said you can try the new voice. We want to know about it. And if you want to come on, at some point, let us know, because
let us know what's going on.
We want to hear the voice. Hi, Jeffrey. Good to see you. Hi, Lucia. Lucia says she's great. That's good to hear. It's been a wild couple weeks. Yesterday in Get AI Creative, you were talking about how we're 57, 58% into the year?
Yeah, 58% of the year is finished, complete. We've completed 58% of 2024. How about that, folks?
So we've gone up the hill, and now we're on we're like,
we're
here.
On the side of it, yeah. Yeah, the progress bar account's really cool. I like that. And it's got that nice fluorescent green kind of color, which I'm a big fan of. But it's, the year's gone by so quickly, and time goes by so fast, Christel. This is, I don't know how many shows we've done. Obviously this is the 10th of these, which is
but think about how many shows we've done this year in 2024. I mean,
we're all the spaces as well.
Exactly. Yeah, all the spaces. We're hundreds. Like, we've put
the hours in.
High five. Let's high five ourselves. Let's just make everyone see us compliment each other for the
Absolutely. It's good.
Yeah.
It's been a bit like the X has been pretty busy. I've met some new friends, which has been cool. Lots of new comments, lots of Reply Guy. I'm really enjoying Reply Guy. It's the best.
I'm enjoying Reply Girl.
Reply Girl and Reply Guy.
I got a response from Alex, Finn, and Diligent today at the same time.
Good.
So excited doing my Reply Girl. So that's what I'm calling
it. Girl. They never reply to me, but that's okay. You can reply to the girl.
You're not a Reply Girl.
I'm not a Reply Girl. Yeah. Or maybe I will be. That could be 2025. Hendette instead of Hendo.
Hendette. Listen, I'll get a Hendette. If you get some Hendette merch, I will purchase it and wear it.
Well, that could be the alt account. Maybe I need to set up an alt account just in case things go wrong on the Hendo account. Hendette.
Hendette. Yeah, the cheerleader in me wants to see Hendettes.
Yeah, the Hendettes. That's good.
So
yeah,
funny.
That's fun.
Well, let's talk about some of the news going on.
Okay, go hit me. What have you got? What do you want to share?
Well, first of all, I just want to share that we're streaming live right now to both of our X accounts. So this is our X dedicated show. We dedicate a lot of time to X. This is where our community is. We are building communities in other places as well, but this is really home. Like Jeffrey says, want to see a ginger Hendette eating a banana on a train. Okay,
we can do this. We can make it happen. It can happen. There's new technology to allow us to achieve these amazing requests.
It's true. Look, even Cordell said that's wild.
It's branding. It's all about branding. That's what we've been talking about a lot, personal branding.
And you have influenced me heavily, I just want you to know, in my own personal branding, because you really have spent time with us. We're like your personal branding students, and you've been with your 6-week series that you did with, your Creative AI Thursdays. You started us with vision, and that has really influenced me so much. And I feel like when we really focus on our vision, sometimes the direction it takes us is a little bit surprising, but it's so helpful, having that clarity.
Absolutely.
It's really been amazing.
All of the small distractions. It's so easy to get distracted in real life or on the platform. And if you have a plan to do something, all these little distractions just pull you away from it. And then all of a sudden it's like, I haven't done it. And that's kind of what I was getting to yesterday with the, 147 days left in the year, because a lot of people wanted to do stuff this year, and myself included. There's things that we all want to achieve and do, and we're kind of putting them off. Yeah, I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month. I'll get around to it, and then boom, the year's done, and you end up carrying this regret. It's just the awful thing. It's like, I should have done that. It's awful. You just don't need it. So that was hence the post today and the show yesterday. It's like a little push. That's what some people say they want a little push. So here it is, push.
Some people want a big push. This makes me think of the GPT that Alex Northstar created, the
Sergeant Major
that cusses you out. So look, there's everything out there. If you need a A nice little gentle
a little push like that, or then the boom from the other one.
How much do you need to be pushed? We also have a special guest here today with us, Coach Jacob, and he is great for a good push. We've also got Stephanie here. We're going to bring them up soon. Stephanie is just wonderful for a hug, a virtual hug, as I like to say. I went to her recently for some virtual hugging. She's amazing. I'm so glad to have her here. When it comes to personal branding, I feel like she's just doing an amazing job. So yeah, it's been cool. And by the way, if any of our other friends of Daybreak want to join, feel free to join us backstage. If you would like to become a friend of Daybreak, all that means is that you join us on the show. We invite you to join us on the show. We want you to come on, even if it's just audio. You don't even have to show your video. But if you do want to show your video, it's a nice way to practice video live streaming, which is a whole different way of content that Hendo and I have been, experimenting with for the past, 10 plus episodes, because we started with LinkedIn, the Get AI Creative.
It's different
because I think it's always best to practice. It's always your first few are always going to be your worst. So I think it's good that we went over to the job site with all respect, but it's like, look, we're really new kids here. I'm really a new kid, so my audience is much less. We got some dry runs in, and then we came over to X, and now we're on both, and it's great. We're learning a lot, and this is our X show, and it's cool. I'm excited to talk about what's going on X.
There's a couple of creators, that really cool creators that I've met recently, and they want to come on the show, which is brilliant. I'm very excited, and no spoilers. The
last few have been amazing. Last week we had Dustin.
Yeah.
Right. And then the week before that we had Justin.
The week before, yeah.
Amazing. We had Cordell on here. We've had amazing guests.
We had RJ. We've had Ben Nash. Yeah, there's loads. Theodora as well. Yeah, there's all the crew. There's some great people, and anybody who wants to be on the show, it's how it goes. Just send those DMs. Not those weird cold ones though. Like, they're odd. So many of those. What's all that about?
Warm them up, please. Warm them up. Yeah.
Warm up those cold DMs.
Pretend like you're reaching out to a potential new friend. Like that's the way to do DMs, and definitely send them. It's a good way to go. So I would love to just chat a minute, and I'm excited to have Coach Jacob and Stephanie join us. I want to hear their thoughts on this as well. But I feel like the world is really changing fast. Alex Finn just did a post on the algorithm changing, and I responded saying, everything is changing. That was the one he replied back to. That was my reply girl. And that's how I feel. I feel like so much is changing. And what I'm hearing over and over is that X is growing and growing and growing. And more people all over the world are coming to X for their news, because there is this, Daniela's here. Hi, Daniela. So good to see you. And thank you so much, Lucia. That's so sweet. But people are coming here because so much is happening in the world right now. Like, it's just, look, the world said it's summertime. We're just going to make July. Today's the last day of July, but I feel like July really showed off,
July went out with a bang.
Look, and now we're getting into August, which means our birthdays are coming up.
Month.
We're both entering into the next decade of our lives, like, it's just a wild.
How did that happen? How did that happen? I know.
Look, the best thing is that I am in a parent group now. Okay. I am in a parent list made by RJ. This is the defining moment, of my year, is being added to a parent list. Josh says, you get the real new. Yeah, for real. So I want to bring one big piece of news, and that is the Paris Olympics. And to me, of course, that in itself was news, right? And we could talk about that. But the news I want to bring is how amazing it was that we were catching this live on X, because, people are posting about it live, okay? And then what we're seeing happen live also is the videos being removed.
Yeah.
And the censorship happening, but then like the battle against it where people are coming out with their screen, it almost, what do they call it? The Barbara Streisand effect, where the more you try to suppress and
the more
censor something, the more it actually
for sure.
it. So I was watching this real time, and it was the craziest thing to see. You see the video, then you see post deleted, and then you just see like 20 people in the comments showing their
What about this? What about this? The meme guys were all over it as well, because I think I missed it at the very beginning, and then saw some posts just talking about the Olympics. Oh no, what have they done? And then quite quickly you could see things happening, and then seeing the memes and the screenshots, and but it's similar to the other events that have happened over the last few weeks, Christel, that we're seeing it here live, and people are commenting on it as it's happening, and the information's being shared in real time, and then it shows you on other media sources that it comes in a day later or even a week later on some. So it's unmanipulated as well.
Imagine, because those are delayed, they probably never even posted the video for it to be deleted, because so many news outlets and platforms on these other social media sites have to go through a whole filtering process when they're posting things. So I really think so many people are coming to X because it's just not being censored here. It's happening live. People, the people are becoming the reporters and journalists, which of course means, and it always should have meant, do your own research, right? Like we should always be doing our own research, but it is this like independent news, on
everyone. It's not that sort of citizen. I think the term gets used like citizen journalism.
Yeah.
Which is, everyone has the opportunity to do it depending on the location that you're in or the information that you have access to as well, which makes it amazing, because we're getting it in, as Josh said, in real time, and it's real, it's visceral right there for you. It makes it exciting for sure.
It does make it exciting. And I actually recently took a little bit of a break from X and just from social media in general, because things were getting so intense, and I hadn't taken a break for a while. I talked about this yesterday, but I'm really glad I did, because I feel like I have a refreshed sense of how I want to actually engage on X, the kind of content that I want to create. And again, all of the conversations we've had about personal branding, vision, positioning, such good stuff.
Insights.
What'd you say?
Insights, the brief.
Insights.
Yep.
The brief. All of that. And I'm also just really appreciating how much video is growing, and people are wanting to see live video. I'm seeing that video content is rewarded on X, which is really nice. And I think this has a lot to do with this huge movement that's happening with independent news, citizen journalism. It's pretty exciting. Good stuff. Should we bring up some of our guests? What do you think?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Our friends. Okay. And you all let us know in the chat any news you want to share, any content you want to share, what's going on. Let us know. In just a moment, I'm going to put up our smooth transition here, and it looks like Stephanie might be ready. When I see Coach Jacob, I'll bring him up too. Any of our other friends want to join us, please feel free. Come in anytime backstage, and then we'll bring you up. But for now, we've got a cool little, we're going to do the creator spotlight. These are creator spotlights. We'll see you all in just a moment.
You're watching Daybreak, and it's time for the X Creator Spotlight. We're about to showcase one of X's creators. Christel and Hendo are ready to dive into their world and uncover what makes them a standout star. Let's meet today's X talent.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm well. I've missed you all, so I'm happy
Stephanie.
to be here with you. Hey, give me a hug.
Hug,
Hi,
hug,
Hendo.
How you doing?
Hey, Hendo. How is Hendog?
Don't. Hendog's sleeping right now. He'll turn into a maniac if he hears his name. He'll start running around.
Oh, that's so funny. So good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Stephanie has been a friend of the show since day one and a friend of Christel and Hendo since day one as well. So good to have you here. What are your thoughts on what we've been talking about, especially when it comes to like X being this place where it seems like people are flocking to get, I'm trying to be producer here at the same time.
I'll do it. You do conversation. I'll do buttons.
I know. I don't know why I try to do two things.
Try to do too much. Always.
Always. That should be my middle name, Christel. Do too much.
Do too much. Always.
For the good though. Christel, it's a great thing. X is the place to be. It's the place to be. It's fun as well as other places. So I say embrace it. Know that like we're leaders of the pack and show up and give people that example. I love what I see amongst our community members. Big shout outs to Cordell. I love that he's on there and he's smiling and he's pushing me to get on video. Do it.
He's doing amazing his challenge.
It's fabulous. Yes, he is.
Challenge.
Yes, he is. I have to shout him out. My Melanin Moods. I had a meeting with her and I'm like, let's do it. Keep showing up. Keep going. Because that beautiful art that you are putting out there, as well as others, I love it. I've tried other platforms, like you say all the time. We've been over there at Clubhouse and the job site, and it's not the same. It's not the same. I'm really looking forward to continuing to show up in X and welcome others. I know I've had some people reach out, and some of my family members are coming and friends. So keep it going. I'm excited for the changes that we're seeing. Absolutely.
Stephanie, do many of your IRL friends use X?
No. No. And they're still like Twitter. Oh, you be on Twitter? Yeah. You better get on board, And a lot of them, it's funny, that they listen to podcasts and they like social audio. So it's like, come on, join us. It's fun over there. Let's do it. Well,
there's a lot of propaganda around X that I didn't even realize until a few months after I got here. I didn't really know. I was never on Twitter. I didn't know much about Elon Musk or X. But when I got here, people post content about it. So I really learned about it through X itself, like all of the controversy and propaganda. That's what I want to call it around X.
It is though as well. This is interesting. There was Doge Designer put out some content today. I think there's some information's been released that there's been ads on Meta that are directing people towards illegal substance websites, and the money that people are wasting on advertising. And this sort of goes back to what we were talking about advertising recently as well, about what's being spent globally on advertising and the effectiveness of it. People are completely ignorant of this. They have no idea of the amount of money being hemorrhaging on other platforms.
Changing.
And then they're bad mouthing this one.
When you talk about how much it's changing, like the whole landscape of it. We've got Coach Jacob here, so I want to bring him up. Definitely want to hear what he has to say too. Coach Jacob, you ready? I'm trying to be better about not just like plopping people up on stage. All right, bringing you up. Hi, Blacklight. Thanks so much for joining us.
Welcome, Coach.
Say hi to us in the chat.
Hello, guys.
Hi, Coach.
Hello.
How
Can you hear me, guys? Yeah.
I'm great.
I love
great.
The
Yeah, I did like Christel. I took the morning off. Just the morning.
Good. How was it?
It was good. Yeah, just let the brain rest. Now
you've got a refreshed look on your face.
What's the longest break that you've taken from X since you started your account?
Good question.
1 day.
Okay.
What about you, Hendo?
Probably about 20 minutes.
No, actually, I took I mean, it wasn't like a break that I wanted to take. It's because I didn't have an internet connection there. So it was 14, but it happened only once. No, okay. 10, 12 days, but it was a forced break. So
yeah, when we moved house, it was there was a few off days. Definitely wasn't as busy as I am now, but yeah, there is your content coach, Jacob, was brilliant in talking about there is definitely an addictive quality to using social media, 100%. And I think the more that you get distracted by it, yeah.
I thought of RJ because I thought of the song. You said 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah, that's why you have a whole song written about you by RJ.
No, I joke. I've had longer breaks than that, maybe like an hour, 90 minutes, an hour and a half, something like that. But it's definitely, you do get caught up in it, more so this platform, but the other platforms are a lot more insidious as well, especially with the dancing site that we so call.
Wait, yes. But also the picture site, because I feel like now when I go in there, I stop. Like I was going in for a week and then I was like, I can't, because what's really addictive, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, Coach Jacob and Stephanie, is that the short form video that just goes and goes and goes, right? And so now when I go into Instagram, what we call the picture site, it seems like most of the content that they're showing is short form video. I really don't see many still images anymore. So before I know it, I'm just in this like loop of short form content. That seems to be the most addictive, and that's why I kind of have to stay away, because the algorithm does not suit where I want to be on that site.
Yeah, I mean, they know us more than we know ourselves, basically, at this point. So they always kind of find like the right video at the right time, with the right music, the right images, and you watch.
Yeah, but I feel... Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Hendo.
I was just going to say, you were saying about the right video at the right time. I was watching a video the other day about how to vacuum up beads, how to, like, if you spill beads on the floor, how to collect the beads. It was enjoyable as well. It was weird. It was like I actually watched the whole piece of content.
Yeah. So that means they know you better than you know yourself.
Yeah, it's like
because you watched it.
Yeah, exactly.
I also sense like a different intention for my own attention. I don't know if that makes sense, but like when I'm on Instagram, the type of attention trap that I find myself falling into is very different than if I'm on X or if I'm on YouTube. Like they all feel, and it's almost like we can sense the intention behind it of what kind of attention they want to get from you. It's different. It's very different. So I have actually stayed away. If I go into Instagram, I'll go in there to post and maybe respond to some comments, but no doom scrolling for me on Instagram.
Totally addicting over there. Schedule it for that platform.
Yeah, exactly.
And move on.
For real.
That's why lists are powerful, because a list, it can be curated and you decide the people in your list and you just engage with that and then you're out. I think the timeline is good only to spot trends, but for the rest, even the X timeline, I don't think you should be on the timeline.
In the For You section.
Yeah. Unless you're trying to spot trends.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just create your list, engage with your list, and get out.
Okay.
That's how I do it personally.
What do you all do when you? I'd love to hear from each of you. What do you do when you open up your app? Like, where do you go? Where do you start? Where are you spending your time in the app?
Who's that question to? Is that to Coach Jacob?
You, Hendo. I want you first.
I'm not going first. No way.
No.
That's for Coach. That's for Coach first. Absolutely, Hendo. With you.
I'll answer first. Go
ahead, Christel. Kick us off.
Yeah, well, I know, because I started thinking about this, especially when Hendo would talk. I didn't know what doom scrolling was until Hendo kept talking about it. He's like, no doom scrolling. And then I would catch myself sometimes doom scrolling and I'm like, oh, this is what he's talking about. So I started being more conscious of actually where I was spending my time in the app. Because if you think about it, we could all be on X, but that does not mean that our experience on X is the same at all. You know, you could be spending your time in totally different places. So I started being more aware of where I was spending my time. And I noticed that the first thing I do when I come in is go straight to notifications, because one of the first things that I want to do is respond to anyone that has commented on one of my posts or one of my replies or has engaged in my content. But that's also where the people that I want to follow, I get a notification if they've posted. So I did notice, I'm not saying this is not like a tip or anything. This is just what I noticed when I became more aware, that I start in my notifications, and then I would say I go next into my DMs. It's almost like when I'm coming into X, I feel like I am catching up with my community. So I want to go respond to people that have responded to my content. I want to go, and I'm always behind on DMs. So I'm not even saying like I'm great at this, but that's kind of, and I do find that I'm doom scrolling if I find myself in the timeline and I'm just kind of like, I'm like, oh no, I came here because I need to respond to DMs. I need to, you know. So yeah, that's my, yeah. But I will admit I do not use lists as often as I should.
You don't use lists? Okay, interesting.
No.
Yeah.
I'm a big list fan.
Yeah.
And I'm a do as I say, not as I do teacher with lists. Like I'll teach lists all day. I recommend. And when I have a very specific goal in mind and I'm really working on like a campaign or something, yes, I use lists. But on like the daily lately, I have not been using lists.
Yeah, because myself and Coach Jacob were just talking about having the pro deck where you've got the columns of each of your different lists and you can blast through that really quickly. I use that, but I've got bad habits with the platform as well. I've got 3 browsers open, all doing different things in each browser with X. So that one is for posting, one's for research, and then one's for random. But that's going from tab to tab to browser. Got it on my phone, but I try not to use it on my phone so much.
See, I'm spending most of my time on X from my phone. Most of my work is from my phone. Yeah. So I think that's also part of the reason I don't use the lists as much.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. So everybody who's listening, what do you what platform do you use?
What are you using? Yeah.
Your laptop.
Look, RJ said only 3 tabs. He's disappointed.
No, that's RJ. That's 3 tabs for X.
For X.
Yeah.
Okay. Hendo, tell me more about how you use X Pro with the different columns. I know Christel has shared, and I'm like setting that up.
It's great.
I echo what you said, Christel. I have things there, list and watch, and certain people that I go to say, hey, what are they talking about? Yeah. CJ, oh my God, Christel.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
Such goodness. But tell me how you use it.
Categorize them into so I've got 3 categories. One is AI community, and which was the list that it was the community that Chris from Adobe has set up. So Chris,
that's a great list. That is a great list.
Amazing creators on that one. And then I've got a inspiration list, and there's I think maybe 80 people on that, and that's I've kind of fine-tuned that as I go. People that are putting out good content, and a lot of that sort of reply guy stuff. And then I have my what I call interact regularly, which is basically all my friends and people that I would comment on, and I kind of blast through the 2 of those in Pro. So when I go in, look in Pro, have a look, go through it, do the comments, and then back to my own stuff as well. That's on a good day. On a bad day, I'd be doom scrolling on my phone, researching on another tab in Mid-Journey and OpenAI at the same time.
Sounds like a fun day.
It is fun. I enjoy it. Yeah.
Also, I feel like I like my timeline. Like I see you on my timeline, Hendo. I get Coach Jacob on my timeline. I get Stephanie. I get my Melanin Moods. I get, Alex Finn. I get Elon. So I know, I understand what doom scrolling is. I also think that maybe there's a way to get our timeline to be a nice list almost.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think the way it's worked for me, like, I'm the same. My timeline's brilliant. It's whoever I interact with, I get content from those people, and that's mostly the people in my list. And every now and then I see new creators, and I've got to go and look for new creators. Like for today, for Realer AI, I've got some new guys in that, which I went actively looking for. But the majority of the time, if there's stuff that you don't want to listen to or stuff that you don't want to hear about, just mute those words.
Yeah.
Your content can be you can craft it. So when people say that their timeline's rubbish or their algorithm's bad, they just need to make a little bit more of an effort and tidy it up, because your interactions will dictate. This is what I found, in my opinion. IMO, the more you interact, that's what you're going to get. So if you're looking at garbage, you're going to get garbage.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
It's true. When people complain about their timeline being so negative, I'm like, well, you must like
be consuming negative, right?
Yeah. Or at least liking it. So that
and it doesn't even have to be just physically liking it. You are watching it into the algorithm. You're opening it. You're listening to the full 2-minute rant.
Yeah, for sure.
Good stuff.
What do you think of that, Coach Jacob? Like this ability to be aware of ourselves, like as we're engaging on X, or really, I guess, any social media platform, as a way to you're all about dopamine mastery and being aware of the addictive tendencies that social media have.
I normally keep one tab open at a time because I want to just give all my attention to one tab. And the reason is, I got this from a book. I read a couple of. Can you still hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got you. Yeah.
Clear.
And in which basically you could do the same job either in 10 hours with intensity 3 or 3 hours with intensity 10. So the distinction is when you have intensity 3, it means that you are probably focusing on other things at the same time. So if you're focusing on just one, the chance of you having, let's say, the maximum focus just goes up. So that's why I tend to keep one tab or maybe two if I have to work on both. Let's say I'm copy pasting thing, then I need two. But normally I just keep one, because that way I can just focus on one, finish one, take a little break so I forget what I was doing. Because another thing that consumes a lot of energy is jumping from one thing to the other while having one thing still in your mind. I always use the example of relationships. Don't jump into another relationship if the other one is still bugging you, because you're gonna do damage.
We've all done that. We've all done that at some point.
Never. I've never done that.
Me neither.
So I use a similar thing also for let's say.
I love dating analogies.
Working in general. Just do one thing, then take a break, just calm your brain down, and then jump onto the other. Because you're always giving all your attention to that one thing, and it's going to take you 10 times less. Because then at the end of the day, that's what we want. I think as digital creators, doing important things in the least amount of time possible, and then moving on something else. That's how I approach it.
I love
that, Coach. Yep. Be productive and
be
focused on being productive. I like it. Don't bite those distractions. If you
one thing I had to start doing, because the whole having a million tabs open is just not. It doesn't work well for me. I won't talk about how many unread emails I have. I'm just talking about tabs at the moment. So one thing I actually started doing maybe about 2 months ago is I started just restarting my computer, or like shutting down my computer every day. So like when I start a new day and I open up my laptop, I don't want to have to deal with yesterday's 20 tabs. So I will force myself to actually shut down the computer. Now, what this does though, is it makes me actually quickly go through the tabs that are open because I don't restore the tabs. Okay. I'm not cheating and shutting down and then opening and restoring the tabs. No, we're starting from scratch. So what it forces me to have to actually do is look at the tabs I have open. And then if there's a tab there that I want to save, there's a reason that I have it open, then I have to actually go put it somewhere. I have to do the work of getting the link and organizing it. And so that's what I do. It forces me to have better behavior with the tabs that are open because I force myself to shut down, close everything. And I just find that it is a lot better for my computer health and hygiene as well. Do you all do anything crazy like that? Like just shut it all down?
Yeah, sometimes that's it. You're working on one app and then all of a sudden the fans start going in the machine. It's like, what's going on here? And it's like, well, you've got 300 tabs open and there's other stuff going on in the background. So yeah, same. But to your point, Coach Jacob, as well, I think it is important that we try to focus, because I think the less that we focus, the less skill set that we have to focus, that we're basically trying to do too much. And the more you try to do too much, the less ability you have to focus on what you have. I've definitely noticed that in myself.
Lists are great for focusing, right? Like lists are great for, there's a specific group of people that I want to find, or there's a specific type of content that I want to engage with. Like I said, if you have a certain goal, lists are, I mean, they're number one. Like we should all, and one public service announcement about lists is that there are public lists and there are private lists. Okay. So don't get in trouble like maybe many of us have. When I first started creating lists, I didn't know this. And so I was creating lists. I saw this in a post, and I definitely recommend you do this, but I just titled it later. Someone told me, create a list of creators that have about the same following as you. And then have a list for creators that are like mega, the big pro creators. And then you have a list that's like somewhere in between. So the list that I had like, I don't know, 40 followers at the time. I can't remember what I called it because I ended up changing the name, but it was something like small creators or new creators, something like that. And then I realized it was public and that people could see it. And I'm like, I don't want to offend anyone, by calling it.
Delete.
So I just changed it. I changed the name to like growing or something like that. I can't remember, but I do recommend having those 3 lists there. That's actually how I found Hendo, because I was looking for people and we both started around the same time.
Strange people on the internet. It's like, oh, hello.
Yeah. So you can find your people with lists. I do highly recommend them. But yeah, they are public. So like when RJ made his, oh look, here we go. I love it. RJ's here.
Yeah.
When RJ
my first list was public as well, but it was called, I think, because I like to give like random names, but this one was like cool people. So actually people, oh, you made my day. I'm in the cool people list.
Cool people list. I need to check my list. Y'all got me like, who?
Oh yeah, you can go and see what lists you're on. Oh my gosh, I should check mine because I've been posting some content, so I should see. Yeah, you all can do that. How do we do that? Look, I'm in my phone right now.
RJ says it's a great way to annoy some people. Ruffle some feathers. I like it.
Yeah, if you're on your phone, you just go to lists, and then there's a little 3 dots in the upper corner there, and it says lists that you're on. Lists is such a great way to annoy people. Oh, RJ. I love it when we can be trolls. All right. Please bring them up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking to see if there's any awful list that I'm on. All the lists I'm on are nice so far, so I'm happy about that.
I'm on some strange lists here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's just close it.
Hi, Ben.
Hi. Wait,
look, I'm on a list I didn't know I was on. Okay.
This is fun. Dope ass people. I'm on a list called Dope Ass People.
That's good. Yeah, RJ was talking about putting people in lists called losers and stuff like that.
Yeah, don't make one of those.
Well, I think was Alex Northstar talking about that last week? I think he was talking about making losers lists, or one of his friends made a losers list and put Northstar on it, which was
RJ should check our guest list.
Yeah.
That would be a fun segment. Show what list you're on. Yikes. How you doing, Dan? Thanks for joining us. I love this background.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
You're a little low.
A little bit low.
Wait for it.
Yep, better? It's getting better.
Okay. All right.
That's better.
Okay, good.
How's it going?
Right. Great. Yeah, I was putting in the comment before, don't make a list called X losers. That would be kind of bad. I have a public list called Thought Leadership. And that's one that, when people get put on it, typically they follow me back, which is great. So I think every single person right here is on that list. If not, you should be.
That's wonderful. I'm glad you brought that up because it's important for people to know that you can share your lists, right? So not only is it public or private, but it gives you the option to create a post out of it. So you can share. Thank you for bringing that up. I need to share some of my lists that I'm on, like that first one you brought up, Hendo. That's a good one to share, the AI community. Dan Roeder, if you want to share that thought leader list, yeah, feel free to share lists, people. That's my Hendo voice.
People, I love it.
Good stuff. Well, we are at the time. You came right in time, Dan Roeder, for some Real or AI, shall we?
I love that. This is my favorite segment.
Everybody loves it.
Okay. So let's see what I'm going to do, because Hendo is the creative director of Daybreak. And so he has made these really awesome transitions. I want to make sure that we use them. So we will be back in just a moment for Real or AI.
You're watching Daybreak, and it's time for Christel and Hendo to put your human skills to the test. Can you tell what's real and what's not? Let's see if you've got what it takes to play Real or AI.
That was a pretty good transition. It was reasonably smooth. I think we've been doing. Yeah, it looked good. So far, so good.
Good. It makes up for the beginning where people saw us sitting there with our cheeses.
I know. Yeah, that was good. Hang on, are we live? Oh, we are. The red light.
Be right back.
Yeah, see it. It's good.
All right. Well, for anyone that has not played, this is Real or AI.
Transitions, they're good, aren't they? They worked well. We've got a few more. We haven't played them all as well. We're going to do some more of those over the next coming shows. Yeah, so Real or AI people, this is a little quick one at the end of today's show. And there's been some interesting new people that I've met on the timeline. So I'm going to share some of their content. And I'm going to start with this one today.
All right. So we'd love to see your responses in the chat. Let us know if you think this was AI, this was made with AI, so some AI generated tool, or if this was not made with AI, that would be real. So let us know in the chat. And Stephanie, Coach Jacob, Dan, we're going to throw you to the fire first.
Real. It does look like some legit acrylic.
Yes, it's beautiful it does. Too.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it looks real to me too.
I'm gonna say real.
Lucia says AI. Lucia, thanks for being brave. She says
I think
AI.
It's real as well.
All right.
I'm trying to read Hendo's face. And he's got a really good poker face.
Do I? Okay. I'm not very good at poker. I do like playing cards.
RJ says AI. All right. I'm glad to know that RJ and Lucia are here. Thank you all for playing.
Yeah. And we've got Deco as well. I think Deco's been here, or Deco has been here before. Thank you for playing as well. So this is a creator that's been on X, or the account's been on X since I think 2008. And it's an account called Beach TV. And I believe it's Midjourney, but I think it's a combination of Midjourney and Photoshop. and a number of other softwares. But the signature on the right hand side, I think, is the creator signature as well. So I kind of like it. So I think it falls into the AI category.
But like hybrid AI.
Hybrid, yeah, definitely. Yeah, but it does, like the acrylics, so all the imagery in it does look like real paint as well, which I was impressed with, and it's a cool image as well.
Okay, I mean, it's definitely real art and real cool, and yeah, I love it.
It is real.
Yeah,
cool.
there's more than just one image in it as well, because I think a lot of the images that we see are just, you know, they are prompted and it creates one image, but there's a lot of post-production in it as well, which is cool.
And I love the signature. That's a nice touch.
The signature is a great touch. Let's go back and have a look at that. Yeah, the signature is a good little addition to it as well. So I think that's been the sort of addition post-processing.
Yeah.
So you've already had a sneak peek.
Thanks, Deco and Jeffrey, for playing as well. Wow. If this is AI, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I think it's AI, but it's really good if it is, Christel. I agree.
I'm going to say real just to, yeah.
I'm going to say AI.
You're going AI. Interesting.
Something about the lighting. I can't exactly articulate it, but
I'm going to say I hope it's not AI.
Right. All right, let's see what the people think. Let's see.
Lucy is saying AI.
AI. Deco says.
So I was surprised with this one. So this is from one of our friends, Halim, and there's been a new update to Midjourney 6.1. I think it came out yesterday, and Halim posted this today. That's pretty, yeah. And there wasn't that many Midjourney 6.1 images on X just yet, so we'll probably see more of those in the next few days.
You know, I should have known that because artists like Halim and you exist, that's why I'm like, it's probably, you know, I did say it was real, but I'm like,
yeah, I'm gonna
it's so impressive. It's so
go tonight, see what we can create with it.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's good.
Okay, we've got one more to go. Let's check it out.
I think that's real, made on an iPhone 15.
I think it's real too, Dan.
I think it's real. Yeah, I think it's real.
Looks real.
RJ said there's Midjourney 6.1.
There is. There's Midjourney 6.1. Dropped yesterday, I believe.
And that's why Daybreak is important.
Yeah, it's important. Yes, you are correct. It's real. I took the photograph today when I was walking the dog.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hendo,
they was trying to get up close to the bee without getting stung. You know, we don't want to get stung, but looks good. Thank you all for playing Real or AI today. It's been nice to see everybody, as always. Episode 9. We've done so 9 shows.
Yeah, I like it. I'm liking video a lot. I like spaces, but more as a, I think, listener or speaker. We'll see. It's just a different vibe. It's cool. I love me some spaces, but yeah, video has been great. Thank you, Stephanie and Coach Jacob and Dan. Thanks so much. It would not be the same without our friends. Thank you, RJ and Lucia and Teodora and Deco. And
it actually looks like the Olympic logo. If we all put a circle up, we could be the Olympics. I don't know, sort of.
The Olympics needs some holy water sprinkled. No, it needs like a holy hose.
Yeah, we didn't really go into that today.
We didn't.
The timeline can deal with that one.
Yeah. I spoke more about how X made sure to deliver the news to us.
Yeah, that's it.
Regardless of their attempts to keep it hidden after, I don't know, they realized how shameful it was. Shame, shame. Shame, shame, shame. Okay, that's for Dan.
I thought that was like change. Oh yeah. Shame of fools.
I changed it. I changed it to shame, shame, shame.
Shame
I got my Dan fix.
I'll
take it.
Yeah.
A little singing. I'll take it. Thank you, Dan.
Just a little bit.
Thank you, Christel. Thank you, Hendo. Show was awesome. Always awesome.
Thank you.
Always.
Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining.
Same to you.
We'll see y'all later. See you, Stephanie.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Coach Jacob.
See you, Dan.
So we have a few creators that we're going to showcase over the next few weeks, and they have very different content. They're inspiring in the timeline, building the friendships with these people as well, which is brilliant. And we want to connect with more people as well. There's lots of new friends on X. And if you're interested in being on Daybreak with us, please get in touch. Just DMs or tag me in a post. Let me know. There's so much cool content out there. It's almost overwhelming sometimes, but there's lots of cool stuff that we want to showcase for everybody. So please get in touch. I hope you enjoyed the show, everybody, today. We'll be back tomorrow. I've got Creative AI Thursday tomorrow night. We're changing that show up. It's going to be the last of this season tomorrow. And then as of next week, it will be something different. So if you want to find out what it is.
Exciting. You know, I love me some Creative AI Thursdays. I've learned so much from them, especially you bringing in the personal branding piece. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. If you want to join the crew, the community, we have like different teams going on. We've got, you know, our Daybreak team. If you want to be a friend of Daybreak and come on the show, like Hendo said, just DM us or comment. We'd love to put you in the group chat. And then you're able to, basically we share the link, the live link through StreamYard so that you can join us on video. And we would love to have you. It means a lot to us so that it's not just us talking to each other. We can do that anytime and we enjoy it. We enjoy listening to ourselves talk and each other. We are the president of each other's fan clubs and it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, wait,
Hendo's got the hearts. I haven't seen anybody else been able to do that.
You've got some other good stuff going on as well. So that one, yeah, we've got the balloons.
I love it. The balloons. Good stuff. All right, you all. We will see you tomorrow. EduCreator Live is returning again. It's doing a second return next week. And Dan, hopefully Hendo, but Coach Jacob, Stephanie and Lucia will be hosting, so it'll be good. Join us.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Christel. See you soon.
See ya.
Catch you later.
Thanks for tuning in to Daybreak. We'll be back next Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss